Hello, here we are on September the 7th, Saturday at Berman Station. I'm Robert Berman. This is my gallery. We were chosen to be part of the Pacific Standard Time art by the Getty to show where science meets art. We are also part of the DNA Festival, which hopefully will continue dealing with new art, technology, and science. Behind me you see a work by Kate Johnson done back in 2005, one of the forefront people doing experimental video work and one of the founding people with EZTV, along with her partner, Michael Masucci. Dave Kortlander and David Goodsell made this video back in 2005, and this is the monitor that was used back then, taking digital animation and making art out of it. Quite a beautiful setup. John Kessler's work is up here. He's an artist doing experimental video work back in the time. This one was at Luring Augustine, and that one was at Daniel Weinberg Gallery back in the day. Harry Kim from Korea. She deals with NFTs and making tiny animations that you see here. These are really lovely. It's a great addition of only 25. And then over here, Mark C. Estes did all of these great digital panels. As you see, the small ones and the clocks and all of the unique pieces. They have programs in them which eat off themselves, so they never produce the same image twice. So Agnieszka Pilot is a very astute, competent painter. I've known her for quite a while, and she left San Francisco after being born in Poland, moved to New York, and the whole world opened up to her. And she got involved with Boston Dynamics, and she is the human behind many of the dogs that are robots. And she walks around New York with these dogs. And she taught the dogs to do paintings, and this is a unique painting that was worked on by the robotic dog that you see right here. So back in 1996, I did a show with my good friend Ken Aronson. It was about art on this newfangled thing called the internet. And he had his website, which was hell.com. And we had 6 artists in the gallery with monitors. And it was an incredible show with these artworks flashing. The next year, 97, the Whitney in New York did the same show with 5 of the 6 artists. Kenny continues to make art, and for this particular show, Future Perfect, he made a statement that we think is kind of funny. And that's one of the symbols of the future.
Kate Johnson was a hyphenate artist. She was a a video director, Emmy Award-winning producer, a computer programmer, animator, actor, and musician. And almost 20 years ago, at the outrage of the beheading of journalist Daniel Pearl, she felt she had to make a piece that was compelling and spoke about the rise of fascism and the rise of authoritarianism that was happening in this world. And she created Libra, 20 years old, and it still stands the test of time. She did the coding, she did the animation, 2D and 3D, she did the music, live action, most of the images. There's a few stock images, but it's largely all the work of one person, DIY on a laptop 20 years ago when laptops were not very powerful, not much processor speed, and not many software tools that would do what she needed to do. And she had to write a lot of the code to make it happen.
Hi, I'm Jeremy Kidd, and I'm showing a part of PST, Pacific Standard Time with the Getty, at Robert Berman Gallery in the Bergamot Station. The particular piece that we are focused on is of Joshua Tree and Jumbo Rock. However, it is a still that has been animated. Elements of it are static, elements of course have a lot of movement. I tried to put all the stills together and animate them into a dramatic, sublime narrative which talks about changing time and climate. This piece is actually a still taken from the video. And what I'm allowing people to do is to stop the video at a certain point and choose their own still, which makes it an original, and print it out. So this is from the beginning of the video. Moving over to here, these are more dimensionalized pieces. I'm always looking for ways to dimensionalize my work. I trained as a sculptor, so I want things to have a physical presence. And I'm playing with these graphic motifs over really quite traditional landscapes. And I feel that these graphic shapes could be something to do with perhaps the interface on your phone, or programs that we deal with every day, or something more spiritual, astral realms, chakras. So there's a sort of balance between matter and spirit. These elements, these graphic elements really represent sort of a spiritual, ethereal realm, and then the landscape, the more material realm.
So I'm Mark Estes. I'm an artist here at the Robert Berman Gallery down at the Bergamot Station. And what I'm showing today, a bunch of my LED art. It's what we call generative art, so it is spontaneously generated by a tiny little computer chip that's in each piece. And so there's no pre-recorded video. The images you're seeing are being generated by software, so code, and it starts very primitive. You draw a dot, and what do you do with a dot? Well, a bunch of them makes a line, a bunch of lines make maybe a square or a circle. And so I built from there. I built up to make these pieces, and the idea is it should never show the same thing twice. There's a bunch of different things going on, but every 3 minutes or so, it'll change the scene, and within that scene, it will be a new story. So, like in this case, we're looking at some butterflies. Up here, we're looking at some crazy circles. There, it looks like a fireworks show, and it will change about every 3 minutes. So if you don't like what you're looking at now, just wait. But the problem is, it may never come again. So the title is Fear of Missing Out. And if you don't pay good attention, you may miss something and never get a chance to see it again. So it's fun.
This is our show, Future Perfect. There's the poster for our show. This is part of the 30-year anniversary of Bergamot Station. I've been here 30 years. And we're the beginning of the DNA Festival, which is a celebration of new digital art. And our show today is also part of PST Art, where science and art collide. There's about 6, 7 other shows here at Bergamot today which relate to science and art.